Hello, my name's Miranda Nolan and I am an actor. As part of the Finding Your Future campaign, I'm partnering with the DFN Foundation and NSEF to tell you a little bit about what I do for a living and share with you some tips and advice on staying on the pathway to your future. My job title is actor or actress, and it means to portray a character on stage or in a film or television production. An overview of my job would be to audition for a role and then to work with a director and other actors to interpret a character and bring that character to life and help tell a story on stage or in a film or TV show. The best parts of my job are the creative process, coming up with the ideas and working with other creatives. I think the hardest bits of my job are probably combining the creative process with the technical elements that you need to be able to master on a film set, for example. You have to be able to stay in character and really believe the scenario that you're in and feel all of that emotion, whilst also remembering your lines, remembering your cues, which are the other person's lines, and making sure that you're in the right place so that the camera and the lights can pick you up. And remembering things like continuity, so if you've had a sip of your tea on a certain line, then you need to remember where you did that, which hand the teacup was in, and then make it look as natural as possible every time you do it. How do I keep myself going when things get tough? Well, I think it's really important to do a job that you're passionate about and that you enjoy. But I think it's also really important to not hang all of your happiness on that job. So I make sure that I have other things in my life that I love and that make me really happy too. I really like going to the gym and working out and spending time with my family. How did I get into my job? Well, I always enjoyed drama at school, and I always knew that being an actor was something that I might like to do. I studied A-level drama and theatre studies, and then I worked backstage in a theatre for many years as a dresser, stage crew, painting scenery, all sorts of things to try and learn as much as I could about the industry. I then went to art school and studied theatre design, set and costume design, and then I worked in a production office in London after that. But I really knew that my passion was to perform, so I then went and did some further training. I did a summer school at a drama school, which was about 4 weeks of drama school training, and then I was able to get an agent who could get me some auditions, and then I started working, and really that's when my training began. I did a play that went round schools, and I did student films and fringe theatre productions, and I put on my own theatre production with a friend and did whatever I could for a few years just to gain as much experience as possible before then I started, building up my CV and then getting some auditions for some bigger projects. How many hours would you work in a typical week? Well, as an actor, there is not really a typical week. It very much depends on the project that you're involved in. If you're in a theatre production, then you'll rehearse for 5 or 6 days a week for an average of 6 weeks, and then perform every evening for however long that show is running for. If you're involved in a film or TV production, then depending on the size of the role that you have will depend on how often you're called in to shoot. You may do very long days and even night shoots as an actor, but then the production may carry on filming scenes that you're not involved in, so then you might have a break and then they may call you back in to shoot more scenes. So it can very much depend on the project that you're in, but definitely variety, and definitely be prepared to do long hours on some projects. Definitely I've made some fantastic friends through being an actor. When you're doing something creative, you have to be able to be quite open straight away. Just to get things flowing and to share ideas and to take some risks. Funny things that happen at work are usually just the banter that goes on behind the scenes and backstage. There's just usually a lot of jokes and silliness, and then everybody pulls together and the atmosphere becomes incredibly focused. So there's a really nice mix of work and being very focused, and then being a bit silly and having a few jokes. My first ever job was a yogurt commercial. Advice that I would give to anybody wanting to become an actor is to believe in yourself and believe in your talent and keep going. Thank you for watching this video, and remember to always pursue your hopes and dreams and goals no matter what happens. If you've got any questions about future videos, then you can look on Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter and use the hashtag #FindingYourFuture and tag DFN Foundation.